when I was little, there was a girl that I went to school with that for a period of about a month or two, I can't remember if it lasted a full 2 months, but she was stealing everybody's lunches. And I can't tell you how stressful it was to be trying to learn your times tables, learn your division, and wonder if your snack pack was going to be there when you got to lunch. It would stress me out. You have no
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
idea.
No,
And
I listen. No, I get it.
she loved lunch. This girl loved lunch. I can't describe it in any other way because there was some instances of her almost getting caught, but it took so long to catch her because I don't know when she would have been. She must have been eating fast. She must have been eating slick. She must have been eating all the time because for no one to be able to get a glimpse of her, because I went to like a school where all of the lunches were together. This wasn't like a school lunch in a cafeteria. This was
Right,
every little kid brings their lunchbox and puts their lunchbox in their cubby and everything.
right. Are the cubbies in the classroom or are they in the hallway?
They're in the hallway.
Okay, I was gonna say
And
because if
that's
they're in the classroom, then holy shit, she's like lowering from the ceiling or something. She's doing
Mission
some
Impossible
hard, yeah,
style.
she's doing hardcore heist shit. But if they're in the hall, okay, that makes more sense.
So what really got me was there was a day where I overheard the teachers sort of trying to figure out who it was because it had gotten to the point where some of the teachers' lunches had gotten eaten too. And the teacher, there was one teacher that was like, "How? It was in my car."
There's a little girl out there with a coat hanger.
Just popping locks so that she could get in the back seat to get this dude's hot lunch. Dude, it was
Damn.
absolute insanity. And so I remember that there was one time that my snack pack was gone. There was another time my Capri Sun was. It would always be like either parts of your lunch, but if you had a really good lunch, the whole thing was
Whole thing.
gone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And it got to the point where the teachers were like, some kid is clearly throwing people's lunches away out of spite or something. Like maybe we should look at who's being bullied because this is clearly some sort of revenge tactic because no
Yeah,
child could be eating this much.
yeah, yeah. Or we gotta do daily weigh-ins.
Yeah,
We
it
gotta.
was it was insane. A daily weigh-in would have been good. It would have been nice to just have because then you would catch the person red-handed, not just on the scale, but I imagine if there was actually a point where every child at that school had to check in, there would never have not been snack pack chocolate yogurt
Right.
all over this person's hands.
Or
It
who knows? This kid already seems to be like a master thief. Maybe they'd somehow always avoid the weigh-in.
it got to the point where I put a padlock on my lunchbox. And people think I'm lying, but it's no joke. Like there was a little while there where I
Like a
had
full one or one of those like little luggage ones?
no, a little luggage one, little
Okay,
luggage one.
because I would have
Like
loved it if it was like you had this little lunchbox with like a massive steel padlock on it.
I had a teacher get mad at me when I put the lock on my lunch because she was like, "Listen, no one's gonna steal your lunch." And to me, it felt like the moment in a mob movie where the police are like, "We can protect you," and then the person who's already watched a bunch of mobsters die be like, "You can't protect yourself," because
Yeah.
that's essentially what I told her. I was like, "Hey, from what I heard, your lunch got stolen, so." While we out
Yeah.
here sort of telling people their lunches are gonna get
Yeah.
taken. Where is your lunch, by the way? Did you lock your lunch away? Because if you hit lock on your car and left your lunch there, then we're doing the same thing, you know.
Yeah.
And so then I remember there was a day where I must have left because it was one of the luggage ones with a key, so it wasn't a combination one.
Yeah.
And that was a big mistake because there was one day where I locked the thief and myself out of my lunch. I was just sitting in front of a lunch bag that I
Yeah.
couldn't get in, just staring at it hungry, right? And it got to the point where kids were even talking about it for a little while because they were like, I just don't know. I'm so hungry. Because then there were times where they would let us play. This is like another problem with Louisiana heat. There would be times where if you got to school early, especially if you were in that, lower level of grades, you got to school early, you could play outside and then
Mm,
come in, and then you would do your schoolwork, and then there would be lunch, and then another recess, and then you would come in and finish your work for the day and then go home, right?
right.
But on days where the summer wasn't quite over, like in August, September, or something like that, where you can still get some of that heat and the sun is, coming up a little bit earlier, it would be, you'd be so hot from playing in the morning, and then you would have lunch, and then you would play again. So the kids that got their lunch stolen didn't want to go play again because they had no food
Yeah.
in them. So they were like, I can't go out there. But then the teachers were like, this is our only peaceful time. This is the only time
Yeah.
that we don't have screaming kids around. So like, at least stand outside for a second. Let me have a peaceful lunch. And so they finally caught her. And when they caught her, it felt, like when you see a magic trick, how it's done, you feel so silly for your eyes ever falling for it.
Hmm.
When they caught this girl, it couldn't have made more sense. It really did. I'm telling you. I felt so dumb. I mean, I'm like 7 years old, but I'm still like,
Hmm.
ooh, I felt so dumb because when they caught her,
She's dressed like the Hamburglar.
look,
Her
she
first
they
words were "robble robble" when you.
right? They caught her red-handed, and it was funny because she was trying to put it back real quick, but then was still chewing. So they were like, hey, I don't know. I think I'm gonna make up a fake name just to,
Yeah, no, you should.
so they were like, Sheila, what are you doing? And then Sheila was like, no, nothing. No, like had a mouthful of food, and we're all sort of peeking. Not all of us, but a
Right.
handful of us are peeking outside of the classroom door because this person's being caught, and we're like, oh, is this the. And they were like, Sheila, what are you doing? And she was like, nothing, just put my lunch back. And then pushing the lunchbox back, right? But then the lunchbox she was putting it back in was the lunchbox that the person actually belonged to. So then she was like, so why is that in Sebastian's cubby if it's your lunch? Like the way that like adults trap you with logic when
Right.
you're a
Yeah.
kid. And I'll never forget. She goes, I don't know. It's a mystery. Mouthful. It's a mystery.
We gotta get to the bottom of this.
Mm, mm. It's we gotta get the cops involved. Do something. It was
Follow the
truly
money. This
insane.
goes to the top.
Oh, you want to get Perry Mason, Columbo, get somebody in here because this is what a delicious crime. When I first moved to New York, I had a date, and I went on this date once again, not fully hungry, had a little
Hmm.
nibble at home.
Gotta.
I get there, and date's going fine, like
Hmm.
we're having a decent time. But then she goes to the bathroom, and I get a call from Chase, and Chase,
Oh yeah,
is
I remember this.
is giving me like a fraud alert, and they're like, "Hey, are you in Arizona right now purchasing some?" I can't remember what it was, but it was like skiing equipment in Arizona. It was like something that didn't make any sense.
Yeah, a place where there are no mountains. They were.
Yeah. And so then I was like, no, I'm actually in New York. And they were like, oh, well, it looks like your credit card has been stolen or your number was compromised or
Yeah.
something. So we're gonna have to cancel the card and we'll issue you another one. And I was like, actually, I am on a date right now. Could you please just let them steal a little bit longer
Yeah.
until at least for the next like hour and a half?
Or at least can you wait till my date gets back to the table and you can talk to her?
Yeah, so
Because
she
because
knows I'm not a
imagine
deadbeat.
because imagine getting back to the table and then the guy being like, "Man, my bank just called me," and turns out they had to cancel my cards because a fraud alert. Like imagine, like any woman. Any woman listening to this right now, imagine that situation and what your thought would be of being like, this motherfucker.
So I'm like, please just look, you can't cancel the card yet. All right. The date is at least going fine. You know, I don't know if there's a future here,
Yeah.
but please just don't ruin this for me. All right. I'm
Right.
new in town. I don't have a lot of friends. Okay. I left everything behind in Chicago. I was just giving this one my life story. I left everything behind in Chicago and I am sleeping on a floor. All right. Please don't cancel this card.
Please.
Okay. And she was like, well, now that you've said that you're not there, I can't let fraudulent charge. And I'm like, ma'am, please. And so so now I'm actually scared I'm gonna cry. Why? And then my date will come back out of the bathroom seeing me cry. And she'll ask what's wrong, and I'll be like, I'm on the phone with Chase. And she'll be like, who is Chase? Your ex or something? Why are you so emotional? Like, no, there's a fraud alert in Arizona with some ski equipment. Oh, it
I
was so.
just want to pay for the dinner.
It's only $15 because the place was cheap too. I remember.
Yeah. So you got
Being
to wrap the
like,
call, be on your phone. And she's like, what are you up to? You're just like, I'm just looking for Groupons.
yeah. Oh man. Oh man, that was so bad. And then, I mean,
I remember you calling me after that happened.
yeah, she ended up. I think I really just jarred her enough where she was like, "Look, I won't do it right away, but I have to do it today." And I'm like, thank you so much, thank you, Brenda. You don't know what you've done for me.
Was this like one of your first like dates when you moved to New York? Wasn't it like one of the
Yeah,
first that you?
yeah. Oh, it's bad.
Welcome to the jungle, bitch.
I saw this old guy when I was on a walk, and he was seemingly sort of minding his own business. But then another old man walked up and grabbed his shoulder and whipped him around. So he grabbed him by the back of his shoulder and whipped him around. And the guy was like, "Do you think you'll get away with this?" Which is already like, okay, I'm in. Like
It's so intriguing. What
yeah,
it could be anything.
I was on a free walk and now I'm watching a free movie. And And so the guy was like, I'll do what I want when I want. It's my life. And so now I'm like, is this other old guy your dad? Or what are you guys going through now that those are the two sentences you say to each other, right?
Yeah, is this just some weird Shakespeare in the Park shit? Like what?
Yeah, yeah. Because they're not being quiet, but they're not screaming at each other. Like if I wasn't passing them closely,
They're
I wouldn't have.
projecting.
Yeah, if I wasn't passing them closely, I would have heard them. And the other guy was like, "You think, you know what? You think you can do anything you want, and I'm gonna do you a favor," which is a saying I've heard a lot by black people. I'm gonna do you a favor, and I'm gonna whoop your ass. And that's the guy who grabbed him, right? So now the guy who got grabbed, who whipped around, who was like, "It's my life. I'll do what I want." Everything. Still no explanation what was really happening or how they got into this fight.
Right.
This dude leans his leg a little bit to the right and pops his shoe off, and that's why I see he's got a prosthetic leg. And so then
Really?
he pops the shoe off. I can see the prosthetic leg, and I'm not that close, but it looks wooden. It doesn't look like some like up to date tech or anything state of the
Right.
art. Looks like a wooden leg that he has.
Okay.
And he plants the peg behind him and takes a stance, as much of a stance as he can take, and just goes, well, come on.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then the other guy goes in to hit him, and truly, like, of movie proportions, this dude whips his peg leg around and pretty much question mark kicks this dude in the head. If you've never seen a question mark kick, it's when someone makes it look like they're going to kick you in the midsection, and then at the last second their leg goes a little bit higher and it kicks you in like the upper body or the neck or the head or something. And so this dude knocked this other dude out with his peg leg, and then went and got his shoe and then just walked into the night. And so a part of me was like, hey, should I maybe like get involved? Like, if it were going to be a fight, but it ended so quickly that I was just a spectator.
Right. Well, then
Cause
also part
then,
of you wants to follow the guy with the prosthetic leg and be like, hey, tell me your life story.
yeah,
Tell me
yeah,
everything about you, you amazing piece of human.
the real Miyagi.
That's amazing.
And so then whoever was with this dude came and ran and picked him up and everything and like got him up and they walked away. But I was also like, where were your friends during this fight? Did they know that was going to happen to you? Because they ran up to clean you up as soon as you fell. So they must have also been somewhere watching this fight.
Yeah, maybe like the moment before was him being like, I'm gonna go kick that guy's ass, and they're like, dude, don't, dude, don't try it. We know who that is. He's like, no, I'm gonna do it.
No,
That's
no,
why they
we
just because you ever see people do that where they're just like, don't do it, okie doke, and then you just gotta let your friend get knocked out sometimes.
I always kind of mess up the story because it's so fuzzy because I was kind of young when it happened. I used
Hmm.
to take karate when I
Okay.
was really pretty little, like still elementary age, everything like that. And I stopped going, right?
Hmm.
And I've never been so vindicated in a situation of like just quitting something.
Right.
Because I can't remember why I stopped going. If I wanted to quit or my mom was like, you're still getting beat. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Like I
It's
truly
not
don't remember
helping.
why I stopped. Yeah. Like I don't think I loved it. I don't think I liked it as much as I would like to do it now.
Yeah.
So I think as a kid, you can only force a kid to do something for so long before it's like they tried.
Hmm.
And I love the story so much, but it's got so many fuzzy pieces. So forgive me if I'm a little bad at telling it. There was a guy at my karate school named Spencer
Okay.
that demanded we call him sensei.
Okay. Already sounds like a great 80s villain. Like that sounds full on Cobra Kai.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm pretty sure people called him Spensei behind his back.
See, but that's actually a really good nickname too, is the thing.
Yeah, it would have really upset him, but yes, it
I know
is.
that's the thing. That's how I know he's not cool because he wouldn't have enjoyed a legitimately good nickname.
Yeah, this dude is terrible. And so then there came a day where how most karate schools have either a sort of open looking window or like a lot of glass or something. Through the glass, this guy started watching us practice, right? Who seemed like homeless or something, seemed like little, you know, nowhere to go sort of thing, like just kind of walking down the street.
Hmm.
And he was sort of watching us, and every once in a while he'd be like, yeah, 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 like almost like doing the moves with us. It was kind of
Okay.
cute, right?
Yeah.
And then this guy goes, don't worry guys, I'll go get rid of him. And then even the other karate teacher's like, hey, you really don't have to like do it. He's not doing anything. He's not bothered by it. And he was like, I'll handle it. Okay.
Oof.
So then he goes outside and we can't hear what's happening because it's through the glass. But we can see from the motions that he's doing this like go away motion, like this shooing motion, everything. And the homeless guy has his hands up like almost in defense, like I'm not doing anything, I'm not bothering anybody, what's your
Right.
problem, sort of thing. Then This dude looks back at us in the karate school like it's about to go down, right? And he just nods at us and then takes a stance on this dude and then nods at us again. And so then you can see the homeless guy is like super offended. He's like, what did I do to why would you start fighting? You know, everything.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
Spence,
when you were saying this dude, I thought you meant the homeless guy was squaring up.
no, no. Homeless guy is just like, what am I
Gotcha.
doing?
But
What am I doing
Spence
wrong?
say squares up. Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
I should keep saying his name. That's like I said, be patient with me telling this story.
Right.
But then Spence squares up, is like it's about to go down. Holmes dude's like, what'd I do? And then Spence goes to throw like a midsection kick, you know, just like a standard kick.
Yeah.
Homeless dude catches the kick.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was expecting that. So
Right.
now Spitze's eyes are big, our eyes are big, and the homeless dude looks down at the leg that he caught and then looks back up at Spitze like super offended, just like, you tried to kick me. And then he grabs him by his
Oh.
gi and just shakes him. Doesn't even punch him, just shakes him. Just shakes this grown man, just like shaking him hard, right?
Yeah.
And the only thing we heard from outside, we only heard two things. We heard Spitze go, blah! Because he's getting shaken so hard.
Yeah.
And then the dude threw him down.
Oh,
And so
really?
we heard him get shook and we heard him plop as he hit the ground.
Oh, wow.
He gets up because the homeless guy walks away now. He's mad. He gets back up, dusts himself off. He hilariously has one drop of blood from his nose to his gi, just one perfect drop. And then he walks back into class, goes to the middle of the mat, and goes, okay, and just tries to go back to teaching.
I mean, I give him credit for that though. I give him credit to just be like, I guess I gotta go back in and do class.
Because honestly, you don't deserve to teach karate now. Not just because you were willing to attack a stranger, but
Yeah.
because, like, what
Well, yeah,
can you teach me that you should have already just done now? And you were in
exactly.
the wrong. You
That's
should have definitely won
that's
that
the thing.
fight.
The thing they always teach you too in those classes is only use it for self defense, not for randomly assaulting people on the street.
Yeah.
So he did all of it wrong, and now it's like, all right, kids, let me show you how to get shook.
Now, and this is my thing, is if he had come back, I would have respected him more if he had rolled back up in the class and been like, now see what my mistake was.
Yeah, pretend like it was all a yeah.
Yeah.
Because again, now who can point out what I did wrong and just try to do like, yes, all right, very good, students, you passed the test.
Yeah. Who can point out what I did wrong? You actually should teach the class now. I was cleaning leaves off of uh, off of this guy's roof. Like I didn't even know this guy, right? And I was cleaning leaves off his roof for a friend who had like, hey, you need some extra money? Do you want to do this thing, right? So it's like a friend of a friend,
Is this
and
is in Louisiana
this
or
is in Louisiana, yeah.
okay?
And so cleaning the like leaves out of the gutters and just the debris off the roof and branches and stuff. And while I'm there, I slip and I fall off the roof, right?
Jeez.
And I fall off the roof. And luckily, this is one of those like novelty houses where the roof is like way too slanted and way too long. So it's not actually that, like, I'm still scared because I'm falling, but it's not actually that high of a drop, right?
Right.
So when I fall, I like land on a bunch of flowers, like this flower bed, and I could tell the flowers were special when I landed in them. Like I knew as soon as my back hit those flowers, I was like, these were grown especially by someone whose hobby this is, because they look too nice
Right.
to just be something naturally occurring. And I got out of the thing, I got out of the like flower bed and was just freaking out trying to figure out how to both like get back on the roof because I don't know why, but the dude like took the ladder with him. So I climbed up
So he
there.
got you up there and then he left with it?
He got me up there and then he left with it because I guess he needed it for something else. So he only had one ladder. And so I didn't know how I was gonna get back on the roof. And then I also didn't know how I was gonna make this like flower bed situation better.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I saw what's the one? Is it still a garden hoe, the little handheld one with the three spikes?
Uh, I don't know if that's called a garden hoe. I'm not sure what that's called. A
But
clog?
basically, yeah, I grabbed one of the gardening tools that was like still laid out in the yard, and I just started digging these like tiny little holes and then putting my hand in the hole and just trying as hard as possible to make it look like a paw print. Cause I was like, if I can make enough paw prints now.
Trying to convince them some sort of vermin destroyed the
So then I was like, I was like,
Sorry. Keep going. I'm sorry.
I started like poking all these holes and then like getting my hand in the hole, trying to like mold the hole to look like a paw print, and
Yeah.
then and then I did like maybe like nine of them. Like honestly, in the time that I did this, I really could have cleaned the roof, right? But I had to
That's
like,
what I was just thinking. Of just like you spent way more time with your fake meerkat colony than you did with your
yeah,
actual job.
cause then I was like so freaked out that this is like a freelance job and I've done more damage, like I've done more harm than good, that maybe they wouldn't pay me. So I was like, I need to
Mm-hmm.
come up with something to where they're like, this wasn't his fault or he couldn't have, whatever, right? So
Right.
then I'm making the paw prints. I finally make what I think is enough leading from a little bushy area to the bed that I like fell in. Then I have to figure out how to get back up on the roof. So then I try a cartoonish amount of things. I actually tried to like, I don't know why I thought I had this balance. So the spade
Mm-hmm.
that you'll dig with.
Yeah.
There was another one of the like both mostly all the garden tools were like actually laid out, and so I grabbed the spade. I hit the spade into the ground at like the sharpest angle that I could, and then I tried to climb it up to the roof.
What
So
was it? It was
like
like a full like long handle one,
it was a full log handle.
and you tried to
And
fucking
so
just Buster Keaton up it, like just
yeah,
like hoist yourself on a
100%.
stick.
And so I tried to like get myself to the top of it, and I got myself to the top one time and looked like a cat just like trying to balance on the top of this like garden hoe. I mean,
Going
I'm
back and
calling
forth.
everything a garden hoe. I'm sure
Yeah.
it wasn't a garden hoe, but at the top of this spade before I would fall and fall and fall.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I freaked out again because I was like, all right, I've done all this damage with the spade. I've done all this damage with the paw prints. And if I can't get back up on the roof, I'm not going to be able to convince them of like any sort of story, right? And so finally, I'm trying to remember how it happened. I basically like grabbed the fence and then got to the top of the like tried to like angle myself on the top of the fence with some balance and then jump from the fence to the lip of the roof, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
tried this like three times and I hurt myself every single time. Like I was more bloodied every single time um than the last time. And so finally I get up. I'm already like wiggling, but I just bend my knees and jump as far as I can and grab the gutter. And when I grab the gutter, I hear a little pop because my weight is like too much for the gutter.
Yeah,
And so I hear
gutters are
this,
real flimsy.
yeah. So I hear this pop and I'm like, I need to start grabbing like roof immediately. And so then I grab a little piece of roof and the little tile of roof that I grab starts slipping. And so I'm just like in an Acme cartoon, grabbing for dear life for anything they'll actually hold. And then I finally grab some like sturdy tile and start like making my way up. Like luckily I was still working out a lot when I lived in Louisiana, like while I was like still in college stuff. So I had been doing enough pull-ups that I could get myself at least stomach level up the roof
Hmm.
and then just start kicking my way up, right? So then I like kick my way up. I'm back on the roof and I have to start doing the leaves and the branches and all the like gutter stuff all over again, right? I
Yeah.
finish that and then I finished that, and then the guy gets back, and the guy gets back like almost perfectly around the time that I'm finished, right? And so I was like, I still haven't fully formulated how to sell my story in my own head. Because I've been thinking about it the whole time I've been doing leaves, I've been thinking about like, how am I going to convince this person that whatever happened, happened,
What
right?
happened here wasn't a cartoon catastrophe.
Yeah.
Like,
So then
J- Joshy's big adventure. Like I just like, like just that title screen of you with a hoe and a destroyed garden. Like,
but basically, the guy rolls up and I'm done. And in my mind, the best thing to do was to fall off the roof again. And so I went to the lip where the loose tile was, and
yeah.
I made like a very audible, like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh no!
And then I kicked the tile off of that lip where the
Mhm.
gutter popped and the tile was slipping, and then I like try to land on my feet but land like right on my butt. Like I it couldn't have it the only way it could have gone horribly is if I had landed on my collarbone or something. But I fall. He
There's
runs.
multiple ways for it to have gone poorly. You were
Well,
you were purposely falling off of a roof.
but I'm just saying for the angle that I chose, because he
Right.
still couldn't
Okay.
see me whenever I did this. Like he was still at the front of the house and I'm towards the back, right?
So just walk me through again. Why, in your mind, was the right decision to re-fall off the roof? Why did you think like, oh, this'll cover it. This'll solve the situation if I
It's
just
gonna
throw myself? Oh, it comes back. Okay. All
it's
right.
gonna make sense in a minute.
Okay.
So then
Okay.
so then I fall, right? He hears me yell and fall. So he runs down the side of the house to me
Hmm.
laying on the ground, right?
Yeah.
And I had to like extra sell it. Like I Family Guy, like try to put one of my legs behind my body, like really look like something might be busted, right? And then he was like, "Oh my gosh, are you okay?" Like, "Oh, I never should have taken the ladder." Like all this apologetic stuff, right? And I'm like, "I'm okay. I just feel so bad about that. I mean, I don't even know what it was like, and I'm trying to get him to say it in case there's anything he's been dealing with. Like, is there like a dog or something you guys have been have been dealing with? Because this animal, I was finishing up, right, and this animal runs over and is just like bounding around in your yard, and then I was trying to throw something at it to get it to stop, and that's when I fell, right? Because so that way he would connect me falling with my story, right?
Right.
And then he was like, it worked out perfectly because he was like, that damn fat cat. He's like, there's an obese cat in the neighborhood that nobody wants to claim, but it's been wreaking havoc for months. And I was like, oh, that must have been what it was. I didn't get a good look at it, but I was trying to throw a stick at it or something to get it out of those beautiful flowers. And he hadn't even noticed the flowers until I said that. And he looked over at the flowers and he lost it. He was like, my wife's gonna kill me. And I was like, I was correct in trying to make up a story because
Yeah.
I've never even met the wife or anything, but I know that these flowers are just as important as I felt like they were when they were in my back.
Well, you definitely got that cat killed though. That's
I
that,
mean,
you put a target on that cat's head.
maybe, but like no one knows when the cat comes and goes. It's one of the fittest obese like street cats is how he described it, because he's like it's fat but it's still fast.
Well, yeah, yeah.
So
That's cat's
ideally
thing.
nobody would, you know, come
That's
after it.
I. I mean, I commend you, like the leaps of logic that you took to be like, I know how to cover this. I never would have thought, like, I don't know, I'll dig holes. How old were you? So you were in college at this point.
Yeah, I'm like 20. I'm like 21.
You're way too old to have this fucking Rugrats adventure. No,
But
I think, oh, the cat did it.
How are you guys doing? Yeah. I'm actually really blessed to be here. I am from Louisiana. A lot of people don't know this about me, but I'm a Katrina survivor, so it's like crazy them even hearing me. I wasn't in the hurricane. I dated a girl named Katrina. She was a terrible person. No, let me tell you about her. Right? Crazy, terrible. Almost ruined my life, okay? Ooh, it was horrible. She busted through my window, put a hose through my window, turned the hose on, okay? Then flooded my whole apartment. So when my other friends in New Orleans, like Katrina's destroyed my home, destroyed my life. I was like, you too? You too. I thought I was the only one. She needs to be put down, is all I'm saying. I am from Louisiana. I'm from a part of Louisiana where people lean out of their Ford F-150 as I'm walking down the street and they're like, nagger! And I'm like, that is not how you say it. That's that's embarrassing. Someone needs to teach him racism. There's not a Y in the word. Oh, you're doing it wrong. I'm a little man. And like, this thing, I'm not the smallest person you've seen, but I'm just small enough that if I was yelling at my girlfriend in public, it wouldn't bother anybody. like usually when you see that, you're like, hey, calm down, is there a problem here, buddy? But for me, it's like, oh, he needs a nap. I know I'm not the only one that this is for, but like I have an incredibly white voice. Everyone tells me how white my voice is, and I didn't know how white it was until like really recently I came to terms with it. And this is how I know, guys. I phone interview very well. Guys, I crush phone interviews. I hurt feelings, okay? And my name is Josh Johnson, which is basically a resume template. So then I show up and they try not to act disappointed, but we all know what happened. I know you're feeling catfish right now. Let me start on Monday. If you're looking at me and you're like, this guy's been mugged, you'd be right. I'm very muggable. You need to know me. I don't know if other guys in the room do this. Help me out if you do. When you see a dude coming towards you that looks threatening, do you think in your head how you're going to have to take him? Does that come across your mind? Because the way I can fight in my head is astounding. And the way I fight in real life, not so much. It's pretty terrible. So this dude was coming towards me. He looked threatening, was looking right at me, coming right at me. I thought in my head, oh, looks like we're going to Jason Bourne this. I'm going to jump up in the air, do 3 flips. I don't want to do 3, but we need to do what needs to be done. You know, bring my knee down his face, crack his skull, punch him in the face so he's incapacitated. That was my plan. This dude's plan was, I'm going to punch this guy in the face and take his wallet. So we met up. He had a much better plan than I did. His plan was on fire, execution, everything. Some of you guys don't know about me. If you punch me hard enough in the face, I pee. So we met up, he punched me in the face, I hit the ground, started peeing around Q, I don't disappoint, okay? Now he's trying to fit his huge muscular hand into my pocket to take my wallet, but his hand gets stuck because my pants fit, go figure, I know. But now his hand is stuck in my pants, but he can see the pee stain getting bigger in my pants, so he's like, he's lifting me off the ground at this point, I weigh 125. Forget it! And he leaves. Guys, who needs karate? Am I right? I did get the cops called to my apartment. Last year I got the cops called to my apartment because my neighbor thought that I was beating my girlfriend. So I had to explain to the police, not only do I not have a girlfriend, but it's just me in here. Sounding crazy enough to be two people. And in my defense, I was losing a fight to a ceiling fan. Let me explain. We've been to the moon, and we use little pieces of glass to talk to other people on the other side of the world if we choose, but there's still no clear indication when to stop pulling the drawstring on a ceiling fan. Now I'm chilly. I was warm before, now I'm chilly. I like the ceiling fan stop because I'm chilly, okay? And it's just going... So the cops come, right? So the cops come, and they don't arrest me, but they feel real sorry for me. Because if you're yelling at an appliance, I'll kill you, you know why you're single, you know? Like, I don't know, man. Like, have you guys ever had a day you knew it was gonna be bad, as soon as you woke up, you knew it was gonna be a bad day? Like Susan Bennett. This happened to me a while ago. I got up, got dressed for work. I got my foot and my head outside, okay? Just my foot and my head, and a bird shit on my head. This thing. Never been shot by a bird before, didn't know I handled it, didn't know what to do next. The bird shit hit my head, slid down my forehead, and the shit that went between my fingers hit my shoes, so he got me good. The bird got me good. If this were a drive-by, I'd be dead. That's a head shot, a hand wound, foot shot, not going anywhere. And instead of using any sort of common sense at all, I just look up and the bird's not done. Okay? So now, stick with me. When a bird poop is coming right towards your eye, it looks exactly like you should have majored in something better in college so you have a better job so you can afford the rent at places that covered in trees and vines, okay? Because now, if I had a quarter for every time I changed my major to something that was still stupid, I'd have the $2.25 it takes to take the bus with bird shit on you, which is what it did. Because the bird shit in my eye and I had to go. I was late when I left, I can't turn around. And we were sitting on the bus with bird shit on you, everybody knows. No one on that bus was like, I may have a sports fight with his friends. Things a whole lot. Everyone knew it was bird shit. A homeless dude moved a seat away from me. That's the sort of pariah I become in a split second. And then this girl sitting across from me, thick neck bitch, all right? Sitting across from me, giving me the black woman with blonde hair, Wendy's, judging me like I'm not on my way to work. That's where I'm headed, man. You don't know me. You don't know my life, okay? But then we get to her stop. She gets up. She walks out, and I see that this bitch has Dorito dust on the back of her neck. Who the fuck are you to judge me when you got Dorito dust on the back of your neck? This was an accident. That's a lifestyle choice, bitch. Right? Because that means that when you eat Doritos, you either put your head in the fucking bag, okay? Or you eat Doritos like such a savage, you actually break a sweat up to wipe it off or you get the chance to suck your fingers judging me. Since we're judging each other, your new name is Dirtfoot, bitch, all right? Got Dorito dust on the back of your neck like you somebody's uncle or something. You scratch and sniff hobo, bitch. That's I'm Josh Johnson. Have a great night, I'm a little man. And like, this thing, I'm not the smallest person you've seen, but I'm just small enough that if I was yelling at my girlfriend in public, it wouldn't bother anybody. Like usually when you see that, you're like, hey, calm down, is there a problem here, buddy? But for me, it's like, oh, he needs a nap. I know I'm not the only one that this is for, but like I have an incredibly white voice. Everyone tells me how white my voice is, and I didn't know how white it was until like really recently I came to terms with it. And this is how I know, guys. I phone interview very well. Guys, I crush phone interviews. I hurt feelings, okay? And my name is Josh Johnson, which is basically a resume template. So then I show up and they try not to act disappointed, but we all know what happened. I know you're feeling catfish right now. Let me start on Monday. If you're looking at me and you're like, this guy's been mugged, you'd be right. I'm very muggable. You need to know me. I don't know if other guys in the room do this. Help me out if you do. When you see a dude coming towards you that looks threatening, do you think in your head how you're gonna have to take him? Does that come across your mind? Because the way I can fight in my head is astounding. And the way I fight in real life, not so much. It's pretty terrible. So this dude was coming towards me. He looked threatening, was looking right at me, coming right at me. I thought in my head, oh, looks like we're going to have to Jason Bourne this. I'm going to jump up in the air, do 3 flips. I don't want to do 3, but we need to do what needs to be done. You know, bring my knee down his face, crack his skull, punch him in the face so he's incapacitated. That was my plan. This dude's plan was, I'm going to punch this guy in the face and take his wallet. So we met up. He had a much better plan than I did. His plan was on fire, execution, everything. Some of you guys don't know about me. If you punch me hard enough in the face, I pee. So we met up. He punched me in the face. I hit the ground, started peeing round Q. I don't disappoint, okay? Now he's trying to fit his huge muscular hand into my pocket to take my wallet, but his hand gets stuck because my pants fit. Go figure, I know. But now his hand is stuck in my pants, but he can see the pee stain getting bigger in my pants. So he's like, he's lifting me off the ground at this point. I weigh 125. Forget it! And he leaves. Guys, who needs karate? Am I right? I did get the cops called to my apartment. Last year I got the cops called to my apartment because my neighbor thought that I was beating my girlfriend. So I had to explain to the police, not only do I not have a girlfriend, but it's just me in here. Sounding crazy enough to be 2 people. And in my defense, I was losing a fight to a ceiling fan. Let me explain. We've been to the moon, and we use little pieces of glass to talk to other people on the other side of the world if we choose, but there's still no clear indication when to stop pulling the drawstring on a ceiling fan. Now I'm chilly. I was warm before, now I'm chilly. I like the ceiling fan stop because I'm chilly, okay? And it's just going... So the cops come, right? So the cops come, and they don't arrest me, but they feel real sorry for me. Guys, I went on my first date of the year. I was very excited for this date. Beautiful girl, okay? Sat across, I couldn't believe she was there. I wanted to compliment my date as we left the restaurant. So then we left, and I was looking at her, I was like, your forehead and chin look really beautiful under the orange glow of the street lamps. And she said, are you gonna kill me? Okay, you're gonna kill me. Alright, cool. And I try to explain to her, I don't have the strength to kill anyone, alright, which is not what you should lead in with, because it makes it sound like you would kill her if you couldn't kill her, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, you're so beautiful, I wish my hands were stronger. That's not gonna bring anybody home with you, alright? Like, I'm actually very blessed to be here. I'm very lucky to be here. I am in Chicago, but I'm originally from Louisiana. And a lot of people don't know this about me, but I'm a Katrina survivor. It's kind of hard for me to talk about. I wasn't in the hurricane. I dated a girl named Katrina. She was a terrible person, all right? She almost ruined my entire life. No, let me tell you about her, okay? Busted through my window, put a hose in my window, turned the hose on, crazy ass, all right? Turned the hose on, flooded my whole apartment. So when my other friends in New Orleans were like, Katrina's destroyed my home, destroyed my life, I was like, you too? You too. Because she's out of control. She needs to be put down, okay? All right? I don't know if I look like someone that has been broken up with via text message, but I have, all right? I was sitting on a toilet the other day, got a breakup text that said, I don't love you, I don't think I ever loved you, I don't think I can ever love you, we're done, I don't want to be with you anymore. And that messed up my whole day, because not only do I not have a girlfriend, but a complete stranger just broke up with me. That was a wrong number, all right? So now I text her back, baby, we can make this work, all right? Like, let's meet up, all right? I love you, maybe. You know? I've always wanted to be good at sports ever since I was little, want to be really good at sports, impress my friends, but I am such a theater bitch that one time I was talking about football and forgot the word quarterback. And so I was like, oh, he plays the lead. He's not one of the understudies on the bench. He's the star. He's the best one. The first time I threw a football, everyone knew I didn't have a dad, all right? That's why I said I started athletic ability, okay? I'm not actually killing it, all right? I only played football once. It was in Little League. I was 10 years old, okay? And so they made me a lineman, which jerk move. Wow, okay? Always been frail, ever since I was a baby, all right? Made me a lineman. I didn't know the rules of football, so I didn't know that everybody got hit no matter what, okay? I thought since I had the ball, that meant I was safe. Why not, okay? I'm not the one trying to win sports right now. They made me a lineman. This is not the part that I want. This isn't the part that I auditioned for, okay? I would love to roll a team manager or something backstage. I missed a week full of rehearsals. I really don't even know how to play this game. And of course, the kid across me is the nigga from the Green Mile, so he's the biggest black person that I've ever seen in my whole life, all right? So then they blow the whistle, and he hit me so goddamn hard that there was a divot in the ground. My shoulder went in. I got up. I didn't even tell anybody that I quit. I started walking off the field. I started walking off, took off my football costume, because that's what I called it. So I walked on the field, I was done. I didn't want to play anymore, okay? I didn't want to play anymore at all. But then the director runs up and starts giving me a speech about being a quitter. I was like, obviously you didn't see what just happened, all right? I might be 10 on my right side for the rest of my life. I don't know how growing up works, okay? Then they make this big kid come up and apologize to me, which he shouldn't have to do. It's not his fault. I should be auditioning for Othello or something. And so then he walks me down, I'll never forget his voice. He goes, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, wow, that's interesting. We're all 10 here, sir. Why the fuck are you 32? I didn't even make it to intermission. There was no way I was getting through 4 acts of that game, you know? Like I don't have it together like that. I got invited to a party, which if you know me, that's a surprise, all right? I'm a bit of a bummer in person, okay? So I got invited to this party, didn't know there'd be hard drugs at this party. I don't really care about hard drugs, all right? That's not my, live your life, do whatever you want to do, okay? But someone offered me heroin. Right? Like, this thing. Everybody understands weed. A lot of people do like cocaine, but no one doing heroin has a 5-year plan, all right? That's no one you need to be associating yourself with. If you do heroin, you either play the guitar really well, or you just got a lot of feelings. I don't know what to say about you. So he offered me the heroin, and I didn't want to not seem cool, but I didn't want to take the heroin, okay? And so he passed it to me in the needle, and I was like, oh, no thanks, I am stuffed. I could not have any more heroin today. I am tapped out. Oh my God. I'm not joking, I am from Louisiana, and like, I'm from the center of Louisiana. I'm from a part of Louisiana where I'm walking down the street and people lean out of their Ford F-150 and they're like, nagger! And I'm like, that is not how you say it. That's not how you say it. So you need to teach me now why in that word. Doing racism wrong, sir, all right? I shouldn't have to teach you. That's counterproductive, okay? It's embarrassing. If you're looking up at me and you're like, this guy's been mugged, you be right. I have been mugged. I'm very muggable, okay? And this thing, I don't know if other guys in the room do this. Help me out if you do. If a guy's coming towards you and he looks threatening, do you think in your head how you're going to have to take him?
Like, does that cross your mind? Okay, thank you. Somebody said something, all right? Leaving me hanging. This is the thing. Saw a guy coming towards me, looked threatening, and in my head, the way I can fight in my head is astounding, all right? The way I fight in real life, not so much, okay? So this guy coming towards me, looked threatening, I was like, oh, looks like we're going to have to Jason Bourne this. I'm going to jump in the air, do 3 flips. I don't want to do 3, but we need to do what needs to be done, okay? Bring my knee down on his face, crack his skull, punch him in the face so he's incapacitated. That was my plan, all right? His plan was, I'm going to punch this guy in the face and take his wallet, all right? We met up. He had a much better plan than I did. His plan was on fire, execution, everything, okay? Some of you guys don't know about me. If you punch me hard enough in the face, I pee. So we meet up, he punched me in the face, I hit the ground, start peeing around Q, I don't disappoint, okay? So now he's trying to fit his huge muscular hand into my pocket to take my wallet, but his hand gets stuck because my pants fit. Go figure, I know, alright? But now his hand is stuck around my pants, but he can see the pee stain getting bigger on my pants, so he's like, ah, 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 ah. He's lifting me off the ground at this point, I weigh 125. And he leaves. Guys, who needs karate? Am I right? Am I right there? Like, I'll leave you guys with this. Let me just wrap it up. I'll leave you guys with this. I'll finish with this. This is important. This is important. I recently, before I came here, got the cops called on me. All right? I got the cops called on me because my neighbor thought that I was killing my girlfriend. So when the cops got there, I had to explain to the police, not only do I not have a girlfriend, but it's just me in here.
If you're looking up at me and you're like, this guy's been mugged, you'd be right. I have been mugged. I am very muggable. And here's the thing. I don't know if other guys in the room do this. Guys, when you see a dude walking towards you on the street that looks threatening, do you think in your head how you're gonna have to take him? You know? Because that's what I do, okay? And the way I can fight in my head is astounding, all right? And the way I fight in real life, not so much, all right? So I saw a guy coming towards me, he looked threatening, and he looked like he was coming right to me, so in my head I was like, ugh, looks like we're gonna have to Jason Bourne this. I'm gonna jump in the air, do 3 flips, don't want to do 3, but we need to do what needs to be done, all right? Bring my knee down on his head, crack his skull, punch him in the face till he's incapacitated. That was my plan, all right? This guy's plan was, I'm gonna punch this guy in the face and take his wallet. We met up and he had a much better plan than I did. His plan was on fire, execution, everything, all right? Something that you guys don't know about me, if you punch me hard enough in the face, I pee. So he walked up, punched me in the face, I hit the ground, started peeing around Q. I don't disappoint, okay? It's not my style, all right? And so then he's trying to fit his huge muscular hand into my pants to take my wallet, but his hand gets stuck because my pants fit. Go figure, I know. But now his hand is stuck in there, and he's like trying to get it out, but he can see the pee stain getting bigger on my pants. He's trying to pull it. So he's like, oh! He's lifting me off the ground at this point. I don't weigh much. I'm 125. Forget it, and he leaves. Guys, who needs karate? Am I right? I know I'm losing my mind, though. I know I'm crazy. I know I'm out of my mind. I got the cops called to my apartment for the first time ever in life because my neighbor thought that I was killing my girlfriend. So I had to explain to the police, not only do I not have a girlfriend, but it's just me in here. Sounding crazy enough to be 2 people. And in my defense, I was losing a fight to a ceiling fan, alright? Let me explain. We've been to the moon, okay? And we use little pieces of glass to talk to people in China if we choose. But there is still no clear indication when to stop pulling the drawstring on a ceiling fan, alright? There's not. You don't know when. And so I'm chilly now. I was warm before, now I'm chilly. I'd like the ceiling fan to stop because I'm chilly, alright? And it's just going...
So the cops come, and they don't arrest me, but they feel real sorry for me. Because if you're yelling at an appliance, I'll kill you. You know why you're single.
Welcome to the Josh Johnson Show. I'm Josh Johnson, joined by my co-host and fellow stand-up comedian, Logan Nielsen. Logan, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm very full right now.
You're very full. What were you eating?
Both on life and this curry, and it oof. like all my movements feel off. It's really slowing me down.
Did you eat like a lot of it, or is it just like a dense curry?
So not only did I eat a lot of it, I ate it quickly because I knew we were going to record. And so then I was finishing up something else and then wolfed down these 2 bowls. And I mean, I really burned my mouth too. Like it was a trial.
I'm sorry, man.
I mean, I'm sure I'll recover, but also, woof.
I would hope so. If you didn't, there's something very wrong with you. If your mouth never heals. You remember in Chicago? I know you do, but Blaze Pizza.
Yeah.
It's for people that don't know, Blaze Pizza is basically Subway, but for pizza.
But also better.
But better.
You can't
absolutely.
do them like that.
No, I'm just saying, but it's that general idea of you're going down a line, having it made in front of you, adding what ingredients you want, and then they put it in the brick oven right there.
Yeah.
And it cooks like that. That place, I was able to get into the habit of every time I went there, because they bring it right out of the oven, they call your name, and then you have your freshly baked pizza. And everyone, the first time they go there, they immediately dig in and burn the shit out of their mouth. So I started getting in the habit. I'd go there with new people, and then we'd sit down, and they'd all like start getting ready, and I'd go, "Nope, wait a second, it's gonna hurt." And I would just make everyone at their table just sit for a second. I'm like, "Trust me, you're gonna want to trust me on this. I've hurt myself too many times on the fresh pizza."
You just put up a caution light right in front of their plate.
I have a little timer, a little egg timer that I set for like 2 minutes.
There's
and
nothing
bing,
that like
in.
makes you feel like an idiot more than burning your mouth more than once on your food. Because the first time is like, look, that could get anybody. All right, anybody can get got with that. Because it didn't burn your hand, so why would it burn my mouth, right? Yeah. But when you burn yourself that third time, you have to wonder, like, should I be able to vote?
No, man, but you nailed it. It was like third time. But like the first time I went, I was like, oh my God, that's so hot. The second time was like, oh God damn it, I did it again. And then by the third time, you're just like, I need to learn. I need to be smarter than the pizza.
Yeah. Because even when you pick it up, when you burn yourself that third time, you start to you really change your perspective on a lot of things. Like you nailed it with the I need to be smarter thing, but I've also been like, how many more times am I going to burn myself? Like, because once I burn myself the third time, I'm like, I think I'm going to keep burning myself. I think I just don't know what hot is until it's been in my mouth too long.
Right. Yeah.
So no,
do I understand temperature?
Yeah.
Now I always thought I knew what hot and cold were, but now I'm wondering, do I know it?
Yeah, I mean, Blaze Pizza is
Well, that's even called Blaze.
such a
It warns
treasure.
you.
Yeah,
It
they tell
warns
you
you.
ahead of time. I'm sure
This is
before
gonna be hot
Blaze,
as shit.
before Blaze, they were probably called like Robachinos or something, and then they were like, everyone is burning themselves.
Everybody's immediately burning their mouths. We need to start calling ourselves. How about
Yeah.
blister mouth pizza? No, 2 on the nose. A little gross.
Yeah. What about Charmouth? And it's like that just sounds.
That sounds
bad.
like a Pokemon.
Yeah, and then
I
they were
choose
like,
you,
how about
Charmouth.
Blaze?
Blaze. There we go. Come on.
Blaze sound good?
Yeah. Sounds like an American Gladiator.
Okay, all
That's what I
right.
do. Because our pizza will punch you in the fucking mouth.
Because I'm telling you, man, I there's nothing. There are certain things that just truly. This goes without saying, but there are some foods where it is not worth burning your mouth for. Because I have burned my mouth at a Subway.
Really?
Yeah,
I've never gotten anything from Subway, even after they put it in the oven, that stays hot enough to even burn me.
Oh, dude, I don't even know what was happening. So you know the bread isn't bread, right? So the bread is already a lie.
What
So
what do you mean that the bread isn't bread?
the bread isn't bread, all right? The bread is coming through with falsehoods. The bread is coming through with lies. The bread is coming through with treachery.
You really need to say more than that, though. What do you mean the bread
How
is
am
lie?
I saying more words and you're not understanding more?
Because the more words you're saying are just synonyms. I mean, why? What do you mean the bread isn't bread? Is it artificial?
Every country besides us knows that bread isn't bread. There are other countries where they've been like, hey, that's not a sandwich.
Right.
Don't lie to people.
that I stand by that. It's not really a sandwich, but
Yeah. So then the bread is just an abomination. So then you get the bread, right? And the contents of the bread are so mysterious and elusive that I swear to you that I've had some Subway bread that did taste like bread. Then I've had other bread that was like, guys, this is glue. This is just bad. And so I got a Subway sandwich. I had them toast it. And then when it came out, it might as well have been magma. It would still look like bread, right?
right.
But it was hot to the touch. It was still kind of soft, so it didn't toast. Like as hot as it got, it didn't toast. It almost like it was almost like it reversed back into hot dough, because I was just holding this
Put it
like
through again.
soft.
Put it through again.
gooey-
It'll just be flour and egg.
Yeah. I feel like if he had put it in for 2 more minutes, it would have just been a bunch of yolks on top of some lettuce. And so then I'm holding the Subway sandwich.
Do you
I
even
bite
use eggs in
into
bread?
it. Oh, do they? I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking crazy.
I'm
I
the
feel
one who
like
brought
they
up
use
eggs.
one egg because
Maybe they
the
do.
flour.
Because
like-
the flour.
All right. Well, I was trying to help you, but no. I'm gonna move on. I'm just gonna wrap it up real quick. So then, basically,
You think for how much British Bake Off I'm watching, I'd know what goes into bread, but I don't. I just know they go, I've got to get in the prover right now, otherwise it won't be ready to knead. That's all I know.
It might be water and flour.
I think it's water and flour. I don't know if they put eggs.
I mean, maybe that's why I'm no person to judge, because I don't actually know what goes in bread. I just know that Subway bread isn't bread.
Can't wait for the emails about how to make bread.
Yeah, right. Anyway,
Here's what bread
bite
is, you
into it,
dipshits. Yeah, go ahead.
and it burned me so fully. It burned me. It was one of the first burns that I got of food where I actually tried to spit it out. Because you know how when you burn your mouth, you try to you almost like cough out the steam because you're just like
Right.
all that stuff. And I didn't do any of that.
If you close it in, it gets hotter. So you have to just leave your mouth like kind of open.
Right.
Give it a little steam shoot.
I didn't do any of that. I bit it,
Yeah.
burned myself, and then just let it fall out of my mouth. And it took way too long to fall out of my mouth. This was not bread. This is
to get ready.
insanity. Yeah. And so then I felt like it was so bad that I wanted to make a big deal out of it, but I didn't want to end up like the hot coffee McDonald's lady. You know what I'm talking about? Like remember they handed her the hot coffee and she burned her like whole midsection because the coffee was like dangerously hot.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like what this bread was. It was like, you shouldn't be serving bread at that temperature.
Right.
All right. So then already that was your first mistake. Then you didn't even give it a second to cool. You just cut it and handed it to me. And I could feel how hot it was through the paper. And I was like, he just served me hot metal. And so then, it was my fault for biting into it, but I immediately tried to spit it out. But it was coming out of my mouth too slow. I feel like I burned. I did just burn my tongue and the roof of my mouth. I burned 3 lip hairs. Like 3 mustache hairs came with it. Just got singed on the way down.
Yeah, you smell burnt hair now?
Yeah.
Because the bread touched your face?
Oh, it was bad.
That's interesting, though, you bring up the hot coffee McDonald's lady, because that's always one I love telling people about, because everyone just knows it as some idiot burned themselves with coffee and then sued McDonald's because the coffee was hot. It's like, that's not what happened. She got 3rd-degree burns and went into shock.
Yeah, it's also great marketing on McDonald's part, because that's the story they told.
They did a great job of twisting it, but actually she actually won. She got McDonald's to pay for her medical bills because she didn't want like a huge settlement. She just wanted like, hey, pay for my new crotch flesh, because they had to do skin grafts. Like they had to literally do skin grafts on her thighs, and then they found like, oh yeah, they were serving the coffee at it was like 100 degrees over what it was supposed to be or something.
Yeah,
that they're like, oh yeah, no one should be handed a liquid this hot ever.
Yeah, you might as well hand them a gun.
Yeah, a gun with cream and sugar on it. And and so she was in the hospital for like a couple weeks, and then she sued McDonald's to be like, "Hey, can you help me? It's my skin," and she won. So really, it's a story of a lady beating a corporation with her singed thighs. But
you may have to cut this. I'm just telling you now.
Okay, great.
But it is as terrible as what happened to her was, and McDonald's really put her through the ringer to get that money.
Yes.
They did not make it easy. It was a long, arduous thing. But imagine it to me, in a very removed way, it feels like when my friend's place got robbed and they had insurance, so then the insurance covered a lot of stuff, but it, like, in order to cover some of the stuff that got robbed, they just basically got money to buy new versions of that stuff, so they ended up having like a new, better TV for the TV that got stolen, and new window panes for the window panes that got broken and stuff like that. And I'm just imagining what it would be like to win that settlement and get a whole new pussy.
That is just... You took me on this kind of little walk. I was not expecting it to end there. I mean, yeah, who says money can't buy happiness?
You get a new model. You get yeah. Grandma could be ruining men's lives with that new tight shit.
Yeah, she looks at her husband just like, and you think I never get you anything nice, It's even worse if the pussy shows up in a box, Yeah, here's your new one.
And just like IKEA, it's like missing 2 screws.
Yeah,
you got to send off for the other screws.
I have to attach the Florbin to the Gyorkenkarg? What is...
Oh, man. Okay. So I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Do you believe in any sort of like clairvoyance, or like being able to see the future or have influence in any way on predetermined events, like premonitions or horoscopes, any of that stuff?
I mean, not really. Like, I don't necessarily think I don't believe in psychics necessarily, but I don't know. There's some weird shit like I've heard of or witnessed. You know what I mean? Like I've had like relatives that have like weird, like they call somebody and just be like, hey, you need to check on this person. And then they go check and like they were having a stroke or whatever. And this other person like,
wow.
Yeah, my cousin had one of those. It was a weird one. And like she just knew that someone needed to check on one of our uncles. It's like so like that stuff kind of like weirds me out of like And then like really vivid deja vus are super weird because I kind of have them as dreams ahead of time. Like I'll have like a dream of something, and then that's where I'll have the deja vu later of like, ooh shit, this is what I saw like in my dream. And I know the thing with deja vu is like it's just something that can happen often enough that your brain just kind of recognizes it as the same. But so I don't know. That's kind of, I know it's a really non-committal answer I just gave you, but I don't necessarily believe in like looking at a crystal ball and be like, this is what's going to happen. But like that was Dracula. I don't know. I did.
Yeah,
Dracula
I was
voice.
like, why is that a vampire?
Call me now, and I will read your tarot cards.
Yeah, I think
that was my Dracula Miss Cleo, by the way, is what I was doing.
Yeah, no, I could tell.
What about you? What about you? Is that
that impression is very racist to people who don't exist. All those Jamaican vampires. Ooh, we gonna get some emails. Y'all out here playing games. Okay. Hey, I just want all y'all Jamaican vampires to know that was not me. Okay. Ooh, you gonna be in trouble. Because I know at least one of them from Twilight gonna come after you.
Well, I guess I need to take this opportunity now to apologize to the Jamaican vampire community.
No, it's too late. You can't do the apology in the same episode you did the thing.
I gotta wait for the backlash. Then I gotta.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm glad you don't have Twitter because they be coming for you right about now.
That's true. Well, you can get a hold of me, man. So just call me now.
Oh, okay. We double it down. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a bad boy. I'm an edgelord, Josh. Come on.
Yeah. No. I.
Yeah. What about you? Believe in fucking psychics? What do you?
Here's the thing. This is genuinely, I think. You look at someone like Usain Bolt, right? So he is one of a handful of people, maybe 3 people in the entire planet that can run as fast.
Who's a Jamaican vampire? Yeah.
You're half right.
It was funny that you immediately then brought up a Jamaican person.
Yeah, no. I haven't disagreed with the way that you've been pulling these through lines together yet. I'm just saying. One day there's going to be a reckoning, and you're going to have to sit there by yourself because I warned you.
Yeah, but my dying words are going to be really great. They're going to really tie everything up in a bow. So,
okay.
Just saying.
No, I
what about Usain Bolt though? What were you saying?
Oh, I just look at him and people like him, and we can accept that out of all of the people on the planet, out of what are we at now? Like 8+ billion people on the planet. That only
is it 8? I thought it was like 7.
I thought it was still 7 too, but I think we crossed over to 8. I could be wrong though.
It's a lot of fucking people either way.
Yeah, that's the other disadvantage of recording this podcast and just sort of talking is that someone could be looking it up right now and being like, "This guy's a moron. It's still 7. Where did he get an extra billion people?"
If they've been listening the whole time and this is the first time they think we're morons, then good for us for tricking them for so long. So,
I mean, sure, yeah, that's true. But I look at him and the Olympians at his level, and it's like, okay, out of 8 billion plus people, only 3 people can run that fast, and we can accept that. But then if you tell me that someone has some sort of other ability, I'm like, no way. And it's like, maybe just out of probability, maybe out of the billions and billions of people, a handful of people have some sort of feeling or notion or whatever. I can accept that. I don't know if I fully believe in it as like a science or or spiritualism as something that is accessible to everybody. I think that we've proven for the most part that the spiritualism in the 1800s and early 1900s was a complete scam, and how they pulled those scams off. But I do think that there are little things I have heard, kind of like what you're talking about with check on this person, and then it turns out they were like, we do have little shared experiences of like, and maybe energy is the wrong word, but we do have that about each other. It's like that feeling when someone's staring at you and you can just feel it, even though they were behind you and you had no reason to see them. But for me,
some people are more susceptible than others to like just the energies of other people, and I don't mean energies in like a like kind of a hippie way. I mean like the literal energy that comes off of creatures, and it's why dogs are so good at like sensing things around them and stuff. They're more attuned to that kind of electromagnetic field or whatever. It's people can be more susceptible. Like I think we talked about on a recent episode, but it's like why it's one of the theories of why some people go to like quote haunted places and they feel like, oh, I feel ill in this room. It's usually because there's a lot of bad wiring around there and they're super sensitive to that. Whereas someone else may not feel it.
Sure. So, I think those types of things are possible. I imagine I'd like to think that there's somebody out there who has those sorts of like feelings, like clairvoyance and stuff. But the thing that they can always feel is useless. Like they're just like, oh no, the guy on the bus next to me is about to fart. But then the bus is too packed, so they just have to sit there for the fart.
That's the only shit you can predict. Like that's gonna suck.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
All you can predict are little inconveniences from people.
Yeah. Oh, that lady's about to sneeze. I should back up.
Hey, well, in this day and age, that's life-saving.
Yeah, it could be. You have no idea.
My Aunt Debbie predicted what time I'd be born at.
What?
Yeah, my mom went into labor with me and dropped off my older brother with my Aunt Debbie quick, like when they were going to go to the hospital. Like she just started having like the beginning contractions, and they're just like, well, all right, let's go there. And then just out of nowhere, my Aunt Debbie said, that baby's going to be born at 9:35. And I was. It's a real thing, and it's because of that.
No,
my mom,
I
every
believe
year,
you.
every year on my birthday, my mom calls me at 9:35 a.m. because I'm the only one that she like knows the time I was born, just because. I mean, it's written down elsewhere, but my brother's, I just don't think that one just sticks in everyone's head because out of nowhere, my fucking aunt just lobbed this amazing, full court shot. 9:35 buckets.
Turns out your aunt was also like a midwife, so she just can tell from the contractions, like, oh, this is gonna be a 3-hour baby. It's gonna take a while.
Is that the spinoff to 90 Day Fiance? Is 3-hour baby? But yeah, so like that. That's fucking weird.
Yeah,
I have nothing more to say about it than that's fucking weird. Was that just a really lucky shot? Maybe. Did something tell her 9:35 in her head? I don't know. Never really asked her.
I wouldn't even want to know. I wouldn't even broach it. She might accidentally tell you how you die or something. You don't even want to know.
Would you? That's a question. That's one that always comes up with people. If you could know about your own death, would you want to? Like if you knew when you were going to die.
Yeah. I guess that then leads to the other question of like, if you found out, could you change it, or is fate sealed? And so,
right.
I guess if I could change it and it was something very dumb, then I would try to both find out and change it. But if it was something that was like a little bit more inevitable, I would just try to enjoy my life as much as possible up until the point.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like if this is like, oh no, you're gonna die in this day no matter what. And it's like, well
Yeah.
then I'm gonna live for that day. Then I'm gonna do everything I can to just have fun and make people happy.
Yeah. But if
then-
someone was like,
And I don't
"You're
gotta worry
gonna
about really saving money because if I know what day I'm gonna die.
you're gonna die at this club," it's like, oh, I just won't go. I already don't like clubs. They're
Right.
too loud.
That would be the thing.
Who dragged me there?
That's like if the prediction is of a place I don't like going. Like I don't even like bars like that. Why'd I go there?
Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned your aunt because I knew a kid in high school who in front of me. So I guess his parents were there, and I feel like this was for science class or something. The reason he was asking, but he was like, "Mom, what time was I born?" And she was like, "You were born right at noon." And then he was like, "Okay, AM or PM?" And she just did the thing you did. She just sighed, like
I mean,
she
that's
just
one.
sighed forever.
That is one that people fuck up a lot because people think that 12 p.m. is midnight. A lot of people do, and they're wrong. But
Yeah, but he wasn't even doing that. Because the number wasn't 12.
He was saying which
she
noon.
said-
That's true. Which noon?
Yeah. She said noon, and he said, okay, AM or PM,
Yeah.
which is a special type of dumb. Like, it wasn't as if...
Lunch noon or dark noon?
Yeah.
Which noon was I born at?
That dude, and then she went...
And
She
disowned him.
exhaled
She
like
then,
it was tobacco. Like it was a huge cigar. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. I have been thinking about it a little bit just because, I have had my own run-ins with fortune tellers that have not been pleasant.
God, that is a loaded intro. I've had my run-ins with fortune tellers.
So, because I grew up in Louisiana, and so when I would go to New Orleans, and this is much later, this is like when I'm in college and going to New Orleans and stuff. When I would go to New Orleans, they're just in like French Quarter and stuff, and you're just chilling.
As somebody from Louisiana, how big is like the for lack of a better word, the voodoo stuff down there? And I don't mean like everyone's practicing it, but I mean like how much of it is put on for touristy stuff in New Orleans, and then how much of it is like still kind of a cultural thing circling?
It is. I would say it's closer to 50-50 than you think.
Really? Okay. That's interesting.
because I've met lots of people who genuinely, especially as the movement towards Wicca got big when we were in like high school and college.
Yeah.
I think that reignited a lot of the voodoo stuff that was in the South.
Okay.
And so a lot of it, if you're taking a tour, it's put on. Like a lot of it is obviously put on.
Yeah.
But then you do meet people. Like I've met a few people who genuinely practice like voodoo witchcraft, like old religion type stuff. And out of the three of them, only one of them like scared me. Where I was like, oh, okay, I don't know if I should be hanging out here.
Yeah.
Because it is a thing of like, there weren't any shrunken heads or anything, but it's like you do have a lot of dead stuff at your house, and I just don't want to be here for it.
Yeah.
I mean, just be like dried bugs and stuff like that. And I was just like, I'm good. I don't really need any of this around me. And so I remember I went to New Orleans and I didn't even want to get my fortune told because I just think it's a scam, right? My friend paid for the 5-minute consultation, whatever thing, right?
Yeah.
And so then if I didn't just at least stand there, I'd be wasting it because it's like he already paid and was like, it's not for me, it's for him. And so then I do respect this hustle though. So then he pays for my fortune to be told, and then the the fortune teller lays out the cards, like these are tarot cards, right?
Yeah.
Lays out the cards, lays out the last card, and goes, ooh. And then scoops up all the cards
no.
and then walks away. And I was like, I think you just paid for me to now believe in that thing. Because now I gotta track this person down to be like, what did you see? And it's like, what salesmanship? What really keep them coming back for more?
Maybe it was like a card that was showing your friend killing the fortune teller, and she's like, well, I gotta go.
No matter what it was for the fortune teller to be like, oh.
Yeah. Maybe what if just fortune tellers get bored, and so like every 30th customer they just do something like that?
Yeah, that's how they break their shift.
They flip a card, like, you gotta go.
you need to get out of here now. You need to go now.
So you said that you think fortune teller's kind of a scam.
The curbside ones, I feel like if you this is what it feels like for me. When a genuinely incredibly talented comic has been doing stand up for like over a decade, and they're still just sort of like chilling at mics and not doing anything else.
Right.
It's like that level of skepticism for me, where I'm like, all right, like maybe, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't know most people's comedy from anything else. So then if you are really good, I'd love to see it. But like, if you're telling me that you haven't progressed in 12 years, then like, I don't know if I believe you. The same way that if you really have those powers of clairvoyance and you're willing to sell it for $5 to tell a stranger to go to college, it's like,
right.
Yeah, I don't think I believe you.
Now, I want to follow that analogy a little bit further. So then what would be the next, like if we're going comedy equivalent from like open micer, what's the comedy equivalent, the next step up versus the next step up for psychics?
I think those people who genuinely off of recommendations of other people go to people's houses and tell their fortunes and stuff. Like that's a real thing.
So that's now being like
that's like a showcase comic.
That's like a showcase comic. Yeah. Now you're getting some showcase spots. You're making some money.
Yeah,
maybe you're getting on the road maybe a little bit here and there. That's what the house cleansers are.
Yeah. Because I'm telling you, man, though, there's money in there. If you
you're gonna have a Rolodex of places that need, time or whatever they use. What is it they mostly use to? Is it that?
Oh, I think it's time. Yeah.
Time, right?
And Sage.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. But then after that, it's the same as comedy. Then after that, it's identical. It's like you get your own show, you get a national tour.
Yeah, maybe a Netflix special.
Yeah. And then you've kind of burned yourself out. You actually don't want to rise too fast. Like you know those people who are just like, have you ever seen one of those things where the person's just like horrifically wrong?
Oh, and like the TV prediction stuff?
The TV prediction stuff, and so especially in the 2000s, there was a huge movement of like almost like akin to back in the day spiritualism, where people would have these like live shows.
Yeah, that's what John Edwards hit that whole thing. The where he would go up to people and be like, "I'm getting something with a J."
Yeah,
and he would just do that over and over again, and as they've found with most of those, it's just having a research team. It's pre-interviews in line. There's all these little tricks they do to get information out of you to make you go, oh my God, that is my uncle.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I feel like I would just
You knew
go,
I had an uncle. Like, yeah. You can...
Well, when you said your mother was one of 7, I took a wild guess that they weren't all girls.
Yeah.
No, I've watched some of those, and it's very funny to me when...
My mom was very into some of those. When those were on. Yeah. Yeah. My mom, she's on this weird spectrum of mysticism. there's clearly like she kind of believes in some magic a little bit. But and then also she can be very pragmatic. I don't know. She's in that. She's really got one foot in either camp. I think waiting to see who turns out to be right.
Sure. Yeah, man. Because I cannot imagine if there have been psychics this whole time and the world just is the way it is. That would either mean that, like, you know what I feel like it is? I feel like if there really are psychics and the world is the way it is, they either are only ever using their powers, right down to each human being that has the powers. They're only ever using their powers for personal gain and just keeping it to themselves and taking care of themselves and their family, or they sound too dumb to listen to. They freshly burned their mouth. And so now they're trying to tell everyone, guys, we gotta, guys, we gotta get out of the building. We got to get out. Oh, did anyone else have that pizza? It's so hot. It's so hot.
They're about to, Pearl Harbor's about to get bombed.
Wait, what are you saying?
The Japanese are, about to bomb Pearl Harbor. I need water. I need,
What are you saying about my knees?
No, the Japanese. Oh my God, it's on fire. Why would you cook that hot? No, it's Pearl Harbor. Oh.
I'm just saying, I feel like maybe they...
Or, here's my thought. What if they can predict the future, but then they can also predict that if they tell anybody how they're going to make it even worse. So they got to be like, I got to just keep this to myself.
I suppose so. That actually would be a dope movie premise.
That's an interesting
to
movie
be
idea,
like,
right?
Yeah, you
the psychic who knows he can't listen to his premonitions, otherwise it will just screw up time.
What would be really funny about it is that all of this stuff is happening on this like Inception Christopher Nolan level, but the actual story world is taking place with a guy just like sitting on the train. Because in his mind, he's just thinking about what would happen if he did the thing, and then what would happen, and then what would happen, and then what would happen.
Oh shit!
And
I just realized
it
that
would just
movie.
be him sitting there.
That movie exists. I just realized.
What is it?
And it sucks. It's the movie.
Are you going to say Next?
Next
With Nicolas Cage?
The Nicolas Cage movie. Because
Not quite though. Not quite
though?
because with Nicolas Cage. Okay, so
but it's the same thing though, where it's like it ends. Spoiler alert for Next. But it goes through this whole action movie of him predicting stuff. But then the whole conclusion is that he realizes if he meets this girl, it all goes that way. And so he walks away from her. Like, that's kind of how it all goes, isn't it? Or it takes a huge step back and undoes a lot of the movie, where it's just, you realize that's all just premonitions.
Yeah, I feel like it did to the middle of the movie, though.
Maybe.
Maybe not when he met her, but also... This whole tangent was
too.
Yeah, sure. Butterfly effect is a much better movie.
Damn it! This movie's been written and it wasn't good either way. I had a good movie in my head. I remember it being fine when I first saw it when it came out, and then I'm sure if I watch it now, I'll be like, "There's major plot holes in it," which is fine. But when you have a movie that has like strict rules, and then you at one point you just decide to not follow the rules, because that's like how he gets out of prison, is by the movie breaks its own rules.
I feel like we started on a talk about if we believe in premonitions and stuff, and we've now moved on to spoiling every movie from 2005.
Well, you know, I may not believe in psychics, but I could have predicted that would happen.
I knew this would go off the rails enough.
I knew it. I knew we weren't going to stay on topic.
Anybody want to know the international treasure? I'm crazy out here.
Hey, I'm holding back right now to going off on butterfly effect more, so, you know.
Yeah, this is
please.
Honestly the movie version of the air hockey conversation for listeners. This is I can only imagine if you really thought we were going to go somewhere interesting And then we were like, yeah, but our movie idea.
No,
Someone watched our
not what we
worst
do here.
pitch meeting happen in real time right now.
Oh, I would love it if we did a pitch meeting where in the room we realize the movie we're pitching has already been made and we don't like it. Imagine that, like doing that, like at a conference table with studio execs, and then be like, "Oh no, wait, that's like next. Oh, that wasn't good. Never mind. Thanks for having us."
Yeah, I'm so sorry to take up literally any of your your day.
Now those Danishes out front, are those for anyone or?
I find when you have to ask, they're not for you.
No, they're not. You got to be confident and take them.
People usually tell you when the Danishes are for you.
I don't know.
No, I've just never been to a place where I could have the Danishes and no one told me. Yeah. Any place that I've seen Danishes and then wondered if I could have one, I was not important enough to have a Danish.
I don't know. That sentence just tickled me. That was up there with either be a magnet or don't. It was just, it just had that same energy to it.
It's way too many words to put on a T-shirt, though.
It is, but whatever. I like cumbersome merch.
Is that the name of the company?
Yeah, that's my new merch company, Cumbersome Merch. We make T-shirts and stickers that are all just fucking heavy. Just everything. It's just hard to lug around. All the they're extra thick. You get real sweaty in them. Anyway,
What
else
think?
about
What were you
magic?
gonna say?
No, I was just gonna segue back into magic. What's up?
Oh no, just I did get a fortune cookie one time that predicted the next day that I had.
Really?
Yeah.
How so? What did it say?
Okay, so the fortune cookie was, that esoteric language they all use and everything. So that was like, it was like you will.
I don't know if I'd call it. It's fake esoteric.
Sure, but it's still an attempt at the thing. Like,
no, for sure.
It's not.
It's trying to sound profound, but when you think about it for any amount of time, you go, "That's the most vague shit I've ever heard."
Yeah.
Anyway, let me see what my lucky numbers are.
It was like you will have to be more flexible than you've ever been before, which was like weirdly direct, right?
Because
it was also like
when you're eating Chinese food too, getting full, you don't want to think about I gotta limber up now.
Right?
I got the meat sweats. I'm gonna lay down after this. I gotta start stretching out my hammies. Shit. Am I about to get chased? Am I about to get chased right now? Tell me. You have to tell me, fortune cookie, if I'm about to get chased right now. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, just it was like you will have to be more flexible than you've ever been before, which is already like a real full sentence for a fortune cookie.
And
like
could
when
mean
I broke
a variety
it
of
open,
things.
Yeah, when I broke it open, I was like, this needs to be also on the back. You can't really fit this many words.
Yeah, I needed a deciphering on the back.
Yeah. And so, so then the next day, I realized that I had a date, and this particular date, I was supposed to cook at home for the date.
Okay.
Right? I forgot that up until like 2 hours before.
Wow, that's a big thing to forget there, bud.
Because in my mind, I was like, oh yeah, I never asked where we were going to go. And then I looked through the text again. I'm like, oh no, it's here. And it's like, and I got to cook something like now.
So I'm assuming you offered it then.
Yeah.
And forgot that you offered to me. Because that shit would be on my mind ever since I offered it.
Yeah, but it had been like a week or something. And so then I was just looking like left and right nonstop for like different things that were already in the fridge, right? And nothing that could make a meal was there.
Yeah.
Nothing that it was nothing that wouldn't look like I learned to cook in prison.
Right, yeah.
So then I had to run
prison spread.
Yeah, right. I had to run to the grocery store, and then was trying in the moment to decide what I was going to cook. So then
Right.
I could have just gone with something easy like spaghetti, meatballs, whatever, right? But I was like, it didn't occur to me that I could just do something simple, because then in my mind, if I went too simple, it would look like I cooked up 2 TV dinners or something. So, I really wanted to like do something impressive. And so I settled on a chicken parm,
Okay.
which already not crazy, not like it's not a souffle, you know what I mean? But I was getting the ingredients I was getting were too, like, I could have just bought the sauce, you know what I mean? Some cutlets, whatever. I still, in my mind, was like, it didn't occur to me that I could just simply buy the cutlets, bread them, heat them up, bake them, whatever,
Right.
get the sauce ready, throw the sauce on, throw the cheese on. I went way back. I went like, I just bought a whole chicken.
And now I got to learn how to cut its head off and pluck the feathers.
Right. So I just bought this whole chicken. And then I didn't buy the sauce. I bought like tomatoes and basil and like pepper and like just like I passed the sauce to get this stuff.
Wow. So
And-
you, having completely forgotten that you were going to make dinner at home, you decided now's the time to learn how to make everything from scratch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because in my head, I was like,
I give you
I can
credit
do
for
it.
the confidence. I give you.
it wasn't
know it-
confidence. It was a panic.
Yeah. I was trying to dress it up for you, but I've never in a panic bought a whole chicken. What do I? Oh, I guess this. So I admire how unearned confident your panic attacks are.
And so I rushed back home, and luckily, it's not like too far. But I've burned 30 minutes, so now I have an hour and a half, which already does not seem like enough time.
Doesn't leave a
to
lot
get
of
this-
room.
Yeah, to get this whole raw chicken in any form of edible. Without poisoning both of us.
Right. Wait,
And
so did you decide to try to cook the whole chicken?
Yeah, in my mind, it was going to be quicker to cook the whole chicken than cut a piece off and cook it.
Obviously not. Fucking obviously not.
Because I
It's
also
so
thought
much faster to just cut a little piece off and cook that.
I thought the juices would flow better and stuff. I thought like
Wow.
and so then I was trying to do so many things at one time. I was like grating the cheese because I had bought a block of the like Parmesan cheese. So I was grating the cheese onto a cutting board, and then I was also chopping up the tomatoes and like dicing some onions, all the stuff. And then the chicken was like, right on the stove and everything.
Right.
And then I don't remember what I was trying to do that I had to move the chicken, but basically I was also trying to make this like appetizer that was also breaded. So maybe it was like mozzarella sticks or something. I was trying to make something that was like
You went
that
for an
also
app,
breaded.
too. Jeez.
Yeah, this was a bad idea. And then I end up moving the chicken.
I'm
and
now really glad that my panic attacks are I just kind of sit down and freak out for a while and don't decide to just plan a 3-course meal from scratch. I'm glad I panic differently.
3 courses, please. So anyway,
You already got apps in a whole chicken.
I had to move the chicken to make more room because the kitchen was not like a real kitchen. It's like a half kitchen. So then
Where was this at? Was this
It was in Chicago.
was this your studio?
Oh
Or-
yeah. This
Okay.
is, and so then I move the chicken from the stove to the fridge, and the fridge door is just staying open because I'm just in and out of it, like grabbing stuff, putting stuff back, everything. And then I am trying to basically get these mozzarella sticks ready because in my mind, this is also very backwards, but in my mind I was like, if I can at least get the mozzarella sticks done, I could always
Yeah.
I could always finish mozzarella sticks and then be like, oh yeah, and I had a great follow up, but we're gonna have to order out, like, because at least there's something, you know what I mean? Take care of the easy stuff first, right? So then, as I'm moving the chicken, it's on a plate in the fridge, right? Fridge door is just open. I don't know what happened to make this happen, right? But it just starts to, maybe it was because of how I quickly placed it there, but it just starts to almost roll out of off of the plate and out of the fridge.
Yeah.
And so then I make a jump to catch it because I'm like, this chicken cannot fall on the floor.
Right.
Like I'm already not making a good dinner. You know what I mean? And I've done all the stuff, like where you take the syringe and you put it in the chicken and stuff like that. Like I've already. What do you call it? Is it basting? What's it called? It's basting,
but like the way the hand signal, like your hands are so far apart in the miming you're doing, it looks like you're harpooning it.
Yeah, I was just shooting spices and stuff into the chicken.
What is this hand movement you're doing?
I don't know. I didn't know what I was doing then.
It looks like you're trying to line up a pool shot, but you've never played before.
And so basically it starts to roll off of the plate and out of the fridge. And so I make this move to catch it. So I catch it in my left hand and I'm leaning to keep standing where I am because I didn't jump for it to hit the ground because I felt like it would still either fall on my face and I would get like raw chicken in my eye or it would just hit the floor. So I'm holding the plate with the chicken on it. Then for whatever reason, once again, I cannot explain why this happened, but I think it was because as I was making the move to put the chicken in the fridge, I was also pulling the oven door down to put the mozzarella sticks in. So now I've got my chicken in my left hand extended out to one side, and the oven door is continuing to fall. Now, like I said, I've mentioned this in previous episodes about my studio. My studio was not made for people to live in, okay? So if you pull the oven door all the way down, it like that is the kitchen. Like you now have to step over the oven door to like move around, right?
Yeah.
So then
I think that's a lot of studios, a lot of small apartments that just have like here's a tiny kitchen. You can do one thing at a time.
Yeah, and so then I catch the oven door with my foot because I'm still trying to keep like room for myself in this general like kitchen area. And so I'm holding the mozzarella sticks in my right hand. I'm holding the raw chicken in my left hand, and I'm holding the oven door up halfway with my right foot. And then I thought to myself, wow, the fortune cookie was right. And then I dropped all of it.
I forgot how this fucking started. I'm gonna be completely, and you just tried to blow past it. I'm just like, yep, I had to be very flexible. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I ended up dropping the chicken on the floor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then I'm now past sidekicks and fortune cookies and everything. How'd this date go?
I mean, not well. There was nothing to eat.
Did you even get the mozzarella sticks done?
It looked really bad. It looked really bad.
Oh.
It looked like I shot a bunch of mozzarella sticks in the face. Because I don't know how they get mozzarella sticks to close. Yeah. Like mine just looked like two dry logs with all the mozzarella seeping out when I pulled it out of the oven.
Okay. You did breading around them and everything?
The breading was what held. So,
okay.
The breading was holding like a log, and then the mozzarella just seeped out, and it...
Okay. Did you cover the ends, or did you just roll it on the sides?
I don't remember what I did, but whatever I did was wrong.
I mean, I don't know why I'm asking. I don't really have notes to make it better. I'm just trying to
Yeah. I mean, when I pulled
troubleshoot
it
this.
out, it was really bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you feel like you could have better heeded the fortune cookies warning? How do you feel like you could have used that warning of tomorrow you'll have to be more flexible than you ever have been?
I think I should have just ordered in and thrown all the takeout boxes away.
I should have just lied.
Yeah, 100%.
Is what I should have done.
Because now I bought a whole chicken, dropped it on the floor, and everything that I squeezed into it is just shooting out. It was like a firework.
Like a poultry water balloon.
Yeah, because it hit the ground too hard, so then it just exploded in my kitchen. So that's the other reason I didn't get anything else cooked, was because I spent that whole time that I had left cleaning up the walls and the floor, because I was like, even if I cook the most amazing chicken parm now, it's gonna smell like raw chicken juices all in my kitchen.
Oh, man. My favorite thing about doing this show is how we can start with any topic, of even starting with mysticism, the idea of premonitions and psychics, and it still ends with you just dropping shit.
I've never, I didn't even know a chicken could do that. Like, you would think the chicken had way more holes than the one that I was putting all the juices into.
Right.
Because it legit it was like someone put a stick of dynamite in it, because it, like, obviously it didn't explode where there was like a chicken wing over here and a thigh over there. But
Hey, if anyone would find a way to do it, it'd be you, bud.
But dude, when I tell you, I could swear that I dropped it from like maybe slightly above waist height. So it's not like I threw it down or like I was holding it up and it
spiked
it
in victory.
Yeah. And the way that it shot, like just turmeric and like chicken stock juices all over the drawers. Mm-hmm. Like my sink wasn't like I had to clean my sink because it, like, some of it like was it got everywhere. It got like in the fridge door because the fridge is still open. So now there's chicken juices. The fridge door. I was so angry. I was so upset because at the moment that I caught everything, I really felt like I was styling on life.
Right.
Because it's like, ooh, I caught the chicken. I got the mozzarella sticks. In my other hand, I got the oven door. Like, I felt like, I felt like a single dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Really just doing it all.
But then
juggling all the responsibilities.
I dropped the chicken and got chicken juices on my knees, and then the mozzarella sticks burned out. Like they just leaked immediately.
Right.
And so then I just had a bunch of chopped tomatoes on a cutting board next to some Parmesan.
And a sheet of melted mozzarella.
Yeah. I didn't even have, like, if I had lettuce, I could have made like some sort of like caprese salad or something. But I didn't even have any lettuce. I didn't think to get any.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that settles the debate. Fortune cookies are real.
Yeah.
It's actual magic. He should have been more flexible. He needed to be. All right. Mystery solved, I think.
Yeah, if you ever get a fortune cookie that's like a whole sentence, you should burn it.
Yeah. Do you think that solves it or just gets it out of your mind at least?
I would be interested in what burning a fortune from a fortune cookie would do.
Well, I mean, probably nothing, since they were just something invented by a guy in San Francisco. But and they have no ancient mysticism wrapped up in them at all.
Sure, but I'm just saying, maybe if I burned it, then, I would have been able to at least throw together some hot dogs.
Why, you think that would have made the date go better?
I think having
as if she came over to your apartment,
any food prepared would have made it better.
I don't know. For me personally, I'd rather know someone screwed up trying to make something good than if I got there and they're like, "Yeah, I made hot dogs." And I'd be like,
"Okay,
Really?
Would you rather
Yeah.
have a hot dog or not eat? Those are your options at 7:00.
Well, no,
we can
okay.
always go somewhere.
Yeah. So we can always go somewhere. I'd rather do that than have apartment hot dogs with a person I'm trying to get to know.
How are apartment hot dogs worse than you said that like they're worse than like baseball stadium hot dogs?
When you're going to someone's apartment expecting dinner and that's what they have, that's just a letdown. Because you don't even have to like cook those.
Can I tell you though? Can I tell you right now? Just look, I'm just trying to be honest with you. Let me tell you right now.
Go ahead,
you sound a little bit like a gold digger. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Because I'm out here trying to do my best. Okay.
Yeah. And you're
I
throwing
told
chicken
you I bought
to the
whole
ground.
chicken. All right.
Yeah.
I already told you. So
yeah, you
all
bought the
that's
whole
left,
chicken. You had no idea what to do with it.
You know.
No, see, this is how you get and you do that, and you try to vamp to find something to say back because you know I'm right. You know I'm right.
You're not right.
You
though.
screwed up by buying a whole chicken and having no idea what to do with it. That's on you. That's your fault.
Look, all I'm saying is if I attempted to cook you a nice dinner, right? Then you want to come over to my place and scoff at my apartment hot dogs, as you call them.
I wouldn't scoff at them to your face. I'd eat the hot dogs and be polite, and then we'd never go on another date unless you were like
trifling.
Unless we really hit it off, Josh. We could really hit it off.
You're trifling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm out here doing my best. Okay. I hope you like your dry mozzarella sticks because apparently your standards, I can't beat them. So let me give you what I got, which was the crispy, burnt, breaded part of the dry mozzarella.
To go with my floor chicken.
Chew on that.
Yeah, you really got me, bud. You really dunked on me by making me eat the food you fucked up. You really got me. You really got me with that conclusion there, buddy. Yeah? Oh, you think you're so high and mighty? Eat this horrible thing I made. Yeah. You're a bad person. What does that even... I don't even know what you're trying to prove.
Yeah. No, in real life, the date was fine, especially after I explained what happened. It was funny because after I explained what happened... there was this moment where what you're talking about should have happened, where this person should have like scoffed at me and been like, wow, this guy does not have it together. But then maybe it was just the way that I described it. They acted like it happened to me. So then...
Were they like, I'm so sorry?
Yeah. Which is actually really nice of them.
That is really nice. No, and I'm not saying they should scoff at you and write you off. I'm just saying... You're going to start at a deficit if you invite somebody over for a nice dinner and then all you have is hot dogs. That's what I was trying to convey.
Can I tell you, though?
Yeah. Because there might be some people who got married because of that, because of bad apartment food.
Just this week, actually, my girlfriend went to go get a COVID test. And while she was getting her COVID test, it was like raining. And she was like had to stand in this line for a really long time, longer than it took me to vote, and it's pouring, and so it's like, man, if she doesn't have COVID, she's definitely gonna give me a cold because this is not good conditions to say you're about to go in a medical facility, right?
Right, yeah.
And so then she texted me and she was like, hey, do you want to start dinner for me? And I was like, yeah, sure. Like I tried to play it off like cool, like, hey, it's okay, babe, I got you, And then immediately after she sent that text, I panicked and I was like, what did we even say we were going to have for dinner? So then I
bought a whole chicken. Anytime Josh panics in a grocery store, just this.
See, you trying to bring up old stuff.
Yeah, old shit that we covered minutes ago.
But then I started this curry, and I had watched her make the curry a handful of times, right? She's made it plenty of times, but I've only ever really paid attention a few times. And I tried to do it myself, and man, it was like, so basically she gets in the apartment. She's soaking wet. I feel so bad. And then she's like, have you started it? And in truth, it's almost finished, right? So it was wrapping up as she got back. But then I was like, listen, okay, I don't know if I burned the couscous or not. And I'm going to tell you, I started boiling the water, but the water won't boil right, okay? So then I tried to boil another pot of water, and then I just had to pour that out. So maybe I'm trying to boil too much water, okay? But I chopped up the carrots, chopped up potatoes, got sweet potatoes in there. I did everything I was supposed to do, but the curry won't act right. And then once again, she was like, oh, it'll be okay.
And then at that moment, the fridge just popped open and a chicken rolled out.
Yeah. Blood everywhere. Can you imagine? Because that was the thing. It took me so long to clean up all that chicken. Mm-hmm. Like, it would. That, like, even if there were specks of blood on me at the beginning of the day, just look, I know what it looks like, but it's chicken, I swear.
Yeah. Anyway, you just stay here. I'm going to go clean myself off. Here's a cookie sheet of cheese.
Yeah, I'm gonna clean
Peel
myself
off whatever
off.
you want.
You just stay right there. You don't move, okay? You don't move because you might
don't
step
move.
in chicken juices.
Don't move.
And then she looks over in the corner, and there's just a chicken laying in the corner like it's been shot in the face.
Oh, I thought you meant the cooked chicken. Like, you didn't even pick it up. You just pushed it to the side to deal with later.
No, it wasn't a cooked chicken. It was raw.
Right.
Yeah.
Should have been more flexible.
Fuck you. Thank you so much for listening to the Josh Johnson Show. If you want to follow us during the week when we're not doing the show, when we're just living our lives, you can find us what?
I just like that.
That's true.
I know, and I just like the explaining of, if you want to follow us, not at this moment, but if you want to know what we're doing aside from this. No, it was a good explanation. It just, I don't know, made me chuckle. Where can they find you, Josh?
You can find me on Instagram at Josh Johnson Comedy, on Twitter at Josh Johnson, Facebook at Josh J Comedy, and YouTube at Josh Johnson Comedy, where we are going to be posting full episodes of this very show.
Might
and if
even
you're
be
looking
this
for
one.
Logan,
Really depends. Really depends how Logan's editing goes. Maybe this is one. We'll find out. If you want to find me, I'm on Instagram at Logan M. Nielsen. And if you want to email us here at the show, you can email joshjohnsonshow@gmail.com. We're actually coming up this next week. We're trying something different. Instead of our Monday minisode, we're doing a little mailbag Monday. So we're actually going to be answering some emails and talking about some reviews there. We're going to try it. We're just going to see how it works as a separate thing, because we're getting a lot of emails. We want to keep up with them and give you guys your credence, because we really, really appreciate you guys reaching out. We're continually amazed at how many people we get reaching out to us. And I'm going to say this one, we haven't mentioned this in a while, but our theme music is by Brad Kemp. He's a great music producer, and he's part of a hip-hop comedy group called Handsome Naked, and they have a new podcast that they just started. It's on YouTube. It's called Triple Teamed with Handsome Naked, and you can watch that. And eventually, I'm not sure when, but me and Josh are both in separate episodes, so you can find us there. But I wanted to give him a shout-out because his music's great, and it was a fun time. And now I'm going to be done talking.
should I stop recording?